Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It warmed up a little bit today, and now the snow's kind of crusty. Kind of like some of you trolls out there, a little bit crusty. It's kind of a strange day today because working in the workshop, doing some racks, working on the countertop and things. While we're waiting for that stuff to dry, I came down and shot a video, and then all of a sudden I hear boom! And I'm like, what the hell is that? My wife comes downstairs and says, what did you do? What do you mean, what did I do? Why's it got to be that I did something? It's kind of like, as a contractor, you go into somebody's house, you might be over here doing some work just in this space over here. Then something happens on the other side of the house, not even anything related to what you're doing. All of a sudden, you're the guy to blame. Well, it was working before you came. Ma'am, we're spackling drywall. We didn't do anything with the electrical, in the upstairs bedroom. That outlet has nothing to do with us. I'm sorry. So you end up owning any problems that happen from there forward because it was fine when you got here. So my wife, of course, thought it must have been something I did. And then we had a couple fire trucks going down the road here, and then we went back up here, and then, we see the flames flying over there, and I got there, and, I'm doing my live stream, I'm shooting videos and everything else, and I'm there before the news is there. And it was kind of cool because I felt like, I was like a news reporter, and it's kind of like what I do here on YouTube. It's kind of nice to feel like, I'm actually a sports broadcaster and stuff, but, I don't have the credibility or the money or the studio or the crew and the staff writers and the I ain't got all that stuff. It's broke ass media. Just plain broke ass media. So a couple of things that are interesting. I'm going to get to Ceedee Lamb in a few. But Carson Wentz, I just keep hitting me in my head that Doug Peterson is probably cussing like a sailor right now. Doug Peterson, who lost his job because he didn't want to have Carson Wentz, that he figured that Carson Wentz isn't the guy. He wanted to go with Hurts. He was ready to move on. And so they say, we're going to let you go because we want to get somebody here to work with Carson Wentz because we've invested so much money. And here we are a couple weeks later. We might still trade Carson Wentz. It's like, if I'm Doug Peterson, I'm going, the fuck? The fuck? The fuck? What? Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Just saying. So then there's rumors that Andrew Luck might be coming out of retirement. Again, I'm not making them. I'm just saying what I heard. They talk about it on the Pat McAfee show, okay? That there's some text messages of Andrew Luck and he, that he might be thinking about coming back. Of course they'd want him to come back. They'd rather Andrew Luck come back than spending, a boatload of picks to try and bring Deshaun Watson there. Of course, we know the Raiders are looking to try and make a deal. If somebody wants to take Derek Carr off their hands and give him a couple picks, they'll try and get Deshaun Watson because that's what the Raiders do. And then you hear that the Colts don't want to spend an arm and three legs to try and get Deshaun Watson, that they may try and get Sam Darnold. And then there's the swap of possibly Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo, Minnesota, the 49ers. This whole carousel is just it's crazy. Every day it's just like something, wow, the fuck, where'd they come from? I'm expecting to hear the Roger Staubach's coming back at some point to play for the Cowboys if Dak Prescott isn't signed. I'm really waiting for that. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. So, thing that was kind of interesting was hearing Ceedee Lamb talking about his quarterback, Dak Prescott, and how he was instrumental in his development. I got to tell you, as you can tell, it's cold out here. The wind's, this is kind of like a mini version of what was happening over there. It's just not quite as hot. but it's literally it's flat because of the wind. I got to tell you that the whole thing of Dak Prescott getting a football field put in his backyard, I would have never, when the pandemic happened, and remember when they were working out, you saw pictures of Dez Bryant and Zeke and Dak and Amari Cooper together, and, they're saying they should be fine and stuff. They're working out, at local fields and stuff, and local parks. The fact that Dak took, and who knows how much money it costs, I'm sure it's not cheap, because I was looking at getting just some field turf just to go out here, and that shit was like $300 for, a little 3x3 piece of it. I was like, are you kidding me? Because the dog's going to pee on it too. Like, brother can't afford that. So I can imagine what it would have cost to do that half football field, to level it out, get the padding, because it's got a rubber cushion down on it, then you got to get the turf, then you got to get the infield, you got to get all, that's a whole bunch of work and a whole bunch of money. But to get that done and get those guys together, and to get those guys to want to come together and work out, that shows tremendous leadership. And I don't know that you get that everywhere. One of the things you heard about Carson Wentz is you heard that the locker room was kind of divided on him. That a lot of times people would look at him and say that he was kind of selfish, that, he didn't buy into the practice the way everybody else thought they should. A lot of people looked at Nick Foles as a better leader. And that's something that's key when you start thinking about quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are a different breed, You are the guy. You are the field general. You literally have to have people believe in you. You can't show fear. You can't show panic. And you have to be able to lead them. You have to be able to keep your mind right when all else around you is going crazy. You got to have memory that just goes. You forget about that other play. You can't get rattled. You got to have ice water in your veins. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I believe that they'll get a deal done. If they don't, well, they don't. I guess we'll prove how much Dak Prescott was really worth to this team. But to a rookie coming in that didn't have a training camp, that when you're a rookie, you're already against the 8 ball, because in college, you're top guy. A lot of times you're just physically better than people. When you get to the pros, everybody's the top guy. Everybody's faster. Everybody's bigger. Everybody's stronger. And you're like a deer in the headlights. And to not have those OTAs, not to have preseason games, to be able to have that quarterback working with you, man, that's huge. That's one of those intangibles that makes all the difference in the world. Tom Brady has that. That's that it factor, where he can get people to believe in and buy in, that he will find a way, even during a pandemic, to get the work in with the guys. And that's why he's in Super Bowls. I don't know if Dak Prescott is going to be that guy, but his players definitely love him, definitely believe him, and definitely miss him. And that's all I got to say about that. Trolls, have at it, because I know, here we go again, talking about Dak Prescott. Well, guys, we don't have a freaking quarterback right now. We don't have one. So you need to talk about getting one. Unless you're ready to go with Ben DiNucci as our starting quarterback. Try not to hate so much. Life's too short for that, I'm telling you. See ya. Whew. Whoa, don't slip in here, Mark. Last thing we need is a busted kneecap.